Hey guys, it's Jay here. Today's date is the 4th of the 9th, 2019. I hope you're all doing well. A few things I want to have a talk to you about tonight. I've had a rough couple of weeks with a few things in my headspace. I think what's happening is I'm getting a lot of triggers at the moment about being trans. Part of me thinks it's been back on the Sunshine Coast. I've been back, I think, 2.5 to 3 years. And I've just noticed lately I'm getting lots of triggers with memories. And I'm getting triggers and I'm seeing other gay women that remind me of myself previously. So, there's a couple of gay girls that come into work and they're regular customers. And when I see them, I get major flashbacks to what my life was like before I transitioned and before I moved to Victoria, and how it was living here on the sunny coast as this hippie gay chick, and it was, such a different life. And when I'm seeing these girls, these memories are just coming back to me full-fledged, like they're just flooding me. And I'm finding it a little bit hard to handle at times. Now, it's not saying that I regret transitioning, because that's not the case at all. I'm more than happy and proud of where I'm sitting with my life at the moment. It's just, it's like when it's so hard to explain. I've got two sets of lives here and I've got two sets of memories. So sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming to, you look back and I see all these things that I've done and I was a totally different person, and then look now to where I'm sitting and I'm a totally different person. So how I'm living on the Sunshine Coast now is not how I was living on the Sunshine Coast 5 or 6 years ago. So it's it has been very hard, and it's been making me agitated and frustrated for some reason. Now I'm still trying to figure out why it's affecting me when I'm nothing but happy with the way that I am these days. It's just been a bit of a mind blow, a real big spin out. No one here uses female pronouns anymore. No one here ever really relates back. Like when we relate back into the day, they use my name. They don't really use pronouns. They use my full name. So I don't know why I'm getting triggers, but I'm getting them. It causes me a little bit of anxiety. It's putting me on edge a little bit. I had to talk to my partner about it the other day because I was getting very wound up and very agitated very quickly about things that weren't necessary. So I was dramatising things in my headspace and making things bigger than what they actually are. And it's just a real trip. I keep saying this because it's really hard for me to explain. It's like I've had two lives in the same town. I don't know if any of you guys have, left your town as female and come back as male and you're going through the same thing. It comes and goes, but lately it's definitely been a big thing for me to handle. It's hasn't been an easy couple of weeks. I don't think I need to go back and see my therapist. I think I just need to deal with the fact that, yes, I have had two lives here. This is my current life and my past life is my past, but sometimes it's really hard when your past life is continuously in your vision with where you're living. Even what I do for work, I work at an IGA, and back the last time I worked at IGA, I was female like 15, 16 years ago. So that doesn't really trip me out too much, but sometimes it's like, fuck, it's like I've stepped back into a time warp, but as a different person. The IGA that I'm working at, there is a small amount of people that I worked with at the first IGA 15 years ago. So sometimes it can be very raw. I live in a very small place, so it has its moments. But apart from that, everything's going pretty well. The other night, for the first time in a long time, I pulled out my Peacock. I have not been using it for anything but packing of late. So the last couple of weeks I have been using it as an STP. I think it was about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. I ended up getting a tract infection, so I'm fine. I'm using the STP. You have to control your flow. So when you're controlling your flow, obviously you're peeing, then you're pausing, you're letting it empty, and then you're peeing again. and that caused me a small tract infection. So I stopped using it again. But this week I think I've used it for the last 2 days at work, solid, and I have not had any sign of a tract infection. I got a little bit cloudy today, actually. I noticed the week's a little bit cloudy, so I'll just monitor that. But I do find I use the Peacock a lot. I do get a tract infection from having to hold my pee in and then releasing, then holding, then releasing. As for the bedroom with the Peacock, did that for the first time on the weekend. I was actually okay with it. I've been awkward with it, with this new relationship. I've been very awkward with it and not wanting to introduce it. And that's all me. My partner is nothing but fine with it. It's just me not being sure how to use it because it's been so long. So we gave it a whirl and it didn't go as bad as I thought it was going to be. Talking about the Peacock, there is a new Gen 4 coming out. It's actually out at the moment at Peacock Products. I went to order a 5.5 inch beige yesterday and they're out of stock. Now, from what I remember, the Gen 4's got a deeper lip on it, so there's barely any backflow. So when I say backflow, when you're using your STP and you're standing, if you don't hold it right, it can backflow at the back of your, like the back of the Peacock, and before you know it's running all around your legs and it goes all through your jocks, and it's not a pleasant thing. You don't want to be walking around like that. It does not feel nice. So that's why I stopped using it in the first place, because the backflow was getting out of control. But I'm feeling at the moment I think I've got the Gen 3. The Gen 3, I think, hasn't been too bad this week because I'm really monitoring how I'm holding it. And you've got to hold it in a certain way, kind of like you got to cup it up and stuff like that. So the Gen 4's got a deeper backflow lip, and it's also got a foreskin on it that you can move backwards and forwards. So I'm excited about getting this because I'm going to buy it. I have emailed them asking them to let me know when it's back in stock. So I'm just waiting to hear back. So once that's in, I will obviously make a video about that. They've also got a new pleasure rod that you can pack into your Peacock. And so the pleasure rod you got now just sits like that. So when you put it in your Peacock, it stands up like that, not flaccid. But with the Gen 4, the new, I think it's called the Python pleasure rod, it bends. So you can put in your jocks and you can bend it down like that. And when it comes to bedroom stuff, you can actually just bend it up. So it saves you from being that awkward moment of stopping the moment, getting the lube out, putting the rod in, and that's what's put me off using it in the bedroom. That whole awkward thing about getting in the moment, then having to pause, get the Peacock out, get the rod in there, blah, 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 blah. Where if you feel like you're going to use it, you can easily go to the bathroom, slip it in, have it packed down, and then when it comes to the moment, you can just ping it up. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to get it. And when I get it, of course, I'll do the opening with you guys, and I'll do a review. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Any questions, any feedback, leave it in the comments below. Stay strong and always be yourself. Ciao.